Hello everybody, I am TheWart0rn and today we're going to be speaking about a Technomancer build. We're going to be talking about a DPS Toxic Technomancer build. So we're starting off here at the class skill trees. So as you can see, we've already got all the skills marked out and we're just going to talk ourselves through it. So with this build you're going to be running down the pestilence tree. So this is all going to be based on the toxic, right? So we're going to be starting off, you're going to be, first point you're going to be spending into your BR8 impact amplifier, increase your weapon damage by 8%. The second skill is going to go into, oh, my son wants to get involved, so second point is going to be into reduce decay skill cooldown by 15%, because these two skills that we're going to be using is your pestilence turret and your pestilence rounds. Your third point is going to go into increase piercing by 10%. Then your fourth is going to go into BL STM Havoc Nexus, increase your crit damage by 15%. Your fifth one is going to go into exposing toxic. Every time toxic is inflicted on an enemy, vulnerability status is inflicted as well. Then you're going to take the skull that's right alongside it, mark of the execution. Vulnerable affliction on enemies is 40% more effective. Excuse me, sorry about that. Then we're going to go back up along the pestilence tree. We're going to be putting nitrogen capsules, decrease the distance considered to be long range by 3 meters. Then we're going to go back down on to doing another BR8 impact amplifier, increase your weapon damage by 8%. Then we're going to be taking ordnance, activating ordnance skills, increase weapon damage for all for you and your allies by 30% for 10 seconds. So there's going to be one skill that we're going to be using which will give us that, and we'll get to that in a minute. This one here, the skill you're going to be using is going to be grapnel, right? During proximity mine, the explosion deals 15,296 damage and interrupts the skills of enemies caught within the blast radius. Right, so that's why we are going to be going with this one here. So that'll give us a 30% and your teammates a 30% damage boost for 10 seconds. And you can throw that out quite regular. Then we're going to take these two here. Another one is another nitro capsule, which takes your long range down by another 3 meters. So altogether with this two here, your long range is taken down by 6 meters. Then you're going to go enemies afflicted with toxic receive 10% more damage, so that's purge. Then another BR8 impact amplifier, increase your weapon damage by 8%. Any kind of weapon damage increase is good for this build. Then you're going to be taking the top line here, increase your assault weapon damage by 12%, so that's more damage. Increase your armor piercing by 10%, so here and here you've got 20% armor piercing. Then you're going to be dropping down, you're going to be taking increased damage received from all sources by 15% and dealt by 20%. Yes, you're going to be taking 15% more damage, but you're going to be putting out 20% more damage. Your turret that you'll be using, your pestilence turret, that will be your sustain, that will keep you alive. I'll explain to you how that's going to work in a minute. Then you're going to be getting another increase your long range damage by 30%. So between these two here, your long range is decreased by 6 meters, then this one here increases your long range damage by 30%. So again, more damage. Then you're going to get increase your magazine size by 50%. So that's your UT14 clip. Then you're going to be dropping down here. Enemies afflicted with toxic receive 15% more damage. Then you're going to be taking the very last one. Activating decay increases weapon damage for you and your allies by 40%. So between this one here and this one here, when you throw out your shrapnel, you'll be giving them a 30% increase to their damage, and then this one here, when you activate your pestilence rounds in your pestilence turret, you're going to be giving them another 40. So that's 40, 50, 60, that's a 70% increase to your damage and their damage. So we're going to go over to the skills I'm going to explain. So when you throw this out, you'll be giving your teammates a 30% increase to their damage. I think, no, this one here. So, shrapnel, when you throw this one out, you're going to give them a 30% increase to their damage. So, as they're running in, especially if you've got a high DPS, like a trickster, they'll always get into the battle first. So, you activate your blighted rounds, and then you throw out your bomb. And as you get into the battle, you throw out your pestilence turret. Your pestilence turret is what's going to keep you. Your blighted turret is what's going to keep you alive. So this is where your life leech comes into it. So between these two, between all of them, you're getting a 70% increase to your damage and a 70% increase to your team's damage. So this is a DPS build. I forgot to tell you that at the beginning. Now we're going to go into your inventory. Right, so this build is nowhere near maximized. Nowhere near maximized at all. There is a lot of things that can be changed. There is 3 to 4 stats that you want to be running on your guns and 3 to 4 stats that you want to be running on your gear, in my opinion. But this is in my opinion. Nowhere you don't have to do. You can change things up if you feel like you want to. So the 3 base stats that you probably want to be running on your armor is bonus firepower, cooldown reduction, status power, and skill life leech. I would balance your cooldown reduction and your skill life leech out on your armor. So I would probably take, say, 3 pieces that have skill life leech and 2 pieces that have cooldown reduction. I always find that having 2 pieces of gear that have the cooldown reduction on it tends to work really well. You tend to be able to get your abilities up really quick, and the skill life leech allows your turret and your blighted turret to sustain you, and also allows your blighted rounds to sustain you as well. On your guns, the 4 that you want to be having on your guns are weapon life leech again. So again, your guns again with the blighted rounds, because they're going to be skill life leech. The weapon life leech will also sustain you as well. Skill life leech on your guns, because then that increases the life leech of your skills. Status effect, you want to be having status effect on your guns, because that then allows your status, your toxic, to last a lot longer. It's not necessary. You can switch out status for armor piercing, but myself, I prefer to run status power. But if you want to have more armor piercing for taking down the bigger bosses, then I recommend doing that. But myself, I don't feel like you really need to have that. Where is it? I have a piece of gear which gives you perfect rolls. So on here you've got your mods as well. So on your gear you want to, I haven't got the bottom mods that I really want, but the actual mods for your turrets and that are the ones that you want to be running. So you want to be running blighted turret, armor reduction, blighted turret, The turret reduces the armor of each enemy it hits by 30%. Effects last for 5 seconds. The blighted turret can hit multiple targets at once, so it's reducing the armor of them quite a lot. Then you're going to be going for, where is it? So then you're going to be going to your blighted rounds. So your blighted rounds, you want spare mag. This one is a necessary because it gives you 2 magazines of your blighted rounds. Right, so blighted rounds, the skill is effective for 1 more additional magazine before triggering the cooldown. Then you're going to go on again, you're going to be no pain, no gain. Blighted rounds, no pain, no gain. When the skill ends, 40% damage dealt by the skill is returned into health and spread equally among your allies. So again, this is giving your allies health as well as yourself. Then you're going to go on again, you're going to be trick up your sleeve. While this skill is active, killing shots grant you 30% extra bullets into your magazine. So if you've got a lot of ads coming around you, say for instance little beasties that come with the brood mothers, you can constantly shoot them, take them out, and you're going to constantly get your ammunition back. Then you've got on the bottom boots, you're going to have, this is where your shrapnel one, right? Increase the detonation and explosive radius by 33%. That means when you've got a big group of them, you can just drop out at your feet. The one mod that I do suggest that you keep, that you do use, is I've got this on my boots, is Toxic Piercing. The effectiveness of Toxic is increased by 20%. The bonus is equal to 100% of your armor piercing. Right? So this is, you can have, this is where I say that you can have armor piercing on your gear rather than status effect. Right? So if you put armor piercing on, then this ability is a lot better. So as I say, if you have one gun with status power, another gun with armor piercing on it. So if you're going to be using your blighted rounds, you switch to your gun with the status power, and you use that one for your blighted rounds. Then when your blighted rounds run out, you switch to your gun that has the armor piercing on. As it stands just now, I don't actually have any guns that have armor piercing on it. I am working on trying to get that. So then we're going to go over into, I think we are actually in a mission. We might want to actually leave out of this so I can well no, actually whilst we're here we'll actually just go and show you the build in action. This is the final boss. I have no idea how well I'm going to do with this. I'm sure many of you have gotten to this part and he has been a pain. So this is just a quick demonstration of the build. Oh, we're a bit laggy. So we're going to put on the blighted rounds. We're going to throw this out. We're going to throw our turret out. We're going to take these out. Move out of the way of him. Oh, and I got So we no longer got blighted round, so we're gonna go. And we got downed. Well, as you can see, the sustain on the build's actually really good. As it says, it's far from maximized. We were doing that on world tier 15, as you can see. And once I get the build fully maximized, I will release a maximized build. This was just a short video to show you just the beginnings of the build, really. So when I get a full maximized build, I will release the maximized build so you can see it in its full glory. For everybody that watches this video, thank you very much for watching it. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will be releasing some more. The next video I'm hoping to release will be a Devastator build, so please stay tuned for the Devastator.